Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to this evening's performance seminar. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Oh, and we've got everyone, I believe. So we have Mason, Tara, Patrick, and Calvin. Let me get you all. Yeah, good. So Calvin, Mason, Patrick, and Tara. Good. All right. So our program today, we've got Mason going first, then Tara, then Patrick, and then Calvin. All right, so just a reminder, make sure that you've got your original sound on before we start.
Sir, I gotta go soon, so can I go first?
Oh, yeah, sorry, Mason, did you need to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Or wait, who said, I couldn't tell who was lighting up.
Me?
Oh, Calvin, did you need to go first, you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause I gotta go somewhere soon.
Okay, sure, that's okay. So thank you for telling me. So so everybody be sure you've got your original sound on so we can hear you and it doesn't cut you off. All right, and when it's your turn, just say your call you to go and just say your name, or not your name, say the name of your piece because we'll already know your name, and the composer's name if it's listed there, okay? All right, so Calvin, yeah, go ahead and go first. Can you tell us the name?
I'm playing Persian market.
Okay. Persian market, yes. Okay. Okay. All right, nice job, Calvin. Okay. Yeah, that sounded really nice. So I could hear a lot of nice details in that. That was a very confident performance. I especially like your articulation was really nice. Your dynamics, if you can get a little bit softer in the soft parts, that would be good. We could work on that using our fingertips to really play those instead of our whole arm weight. One thing I wanted to point out, can you try this for me in this section with the left hand? I say this because all of your staccatos have been so good. I want to see if you can get the staccatos good at the end of this slur, right? So what the staccato means at the end of the slur is really pick your hand up fast after this note and then put it down again on this note. Da, da. So you'll have like what do we got? An effect where we have kind of a so don't just think about lifting your hand off. So I would think about sinking at the beginning of the slur as you go down. So think about your hand sinking into the keys. And then lifting up as you play the last note. Does that make sense? Can you try that one time for me? And try think about your hand sinking and lifting at the end of the slur. Oh, well, yeah. Well, you were doing the slur really well before. So this can all be connected. That was really nice, just at the very end. Yeah, good. Yeah, right. So you get like a little bit more character in there, right? So that gives it a different feel. Yeah. And I only say that because you had done so well with all the other staccatos and legatos, like really nice detail there. All right. So great job. Thank you. And thanks for playing. All right.
Bye. I gotta
Bye. See ya. All right. So let's go back to Mason. Are you ready to go? All right. And what will you be playing?
I'll be playing Fiesta Espana.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, nice work there, Mason. Yeah, really nice. So I thought this was mostly you had a really good sense of the piece and the rhythms. A couple parts were a little hesitant, but I thought this was great. And I liked honestly something that's really good that everybody should work on, right? Is you kept going. If there was something like, if there was something funny that happened, you kept on going and you were able to just get right back on and keep going. So that's a great skill to learn in performance, right? So if we weren't looking at the music, like nobody would know anything because you just kept going. So that having been said, I think the only real sticky spot here was at the end. So I think this is a matter of sometimes trying your left hand alone. So can you try these three things together? I mean, sorry, these five things, right? So we've got, we've got E and B, and then we have. So I think it's instead of thinking of each of these as a separate thing, remember your left hand should kind of just stay, even though you're going to lift your hand off the keys, keep your left hand hanging out down there. So I got the sense that you were kind of taking it away and then having to re-find the notes every time. Right. So can you try this ending part one more time? Thinking about that? Good. There you go. Good. Oh, okay. Yeah, much better. So that was terrific. So maybe that was a momentary little thing. But remember, yeah, in parts like that, keep your left hand hanging out where it is instead of taking it away, and then you have to find the notes all over again. Okay. Yeah, great job. Thanks for trying that out for us again. All right. So Tara, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. And what will you be playing?
Wedding March.
By
Felix Mendelssohn from A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Okay, very good. Yes. Okay. Very good, Tara. All right, that was nice. And that's a really tricky piece. So that was very well done there. So the one thing that's sticking out to me that I want you to try is I feel like all of the triplet rhythms are in slow motion, right? So be sure that when you're learning this, you're counting. In general, most of the notes are going to be three kinds of lengths of note, right? So it's going to be obviously quarter notes. That's kind of the beat. Half notes or eighth notes. So there was a little bit of go between some of these eighth notes and the quarter notes. So be sure that you're getting those eighth notes to where they flow quickly enough. But let's try. Can we try the end actually? And I just want you to try your right hand. So with the triplets here, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want you to think of fitting these triplets into the space of one quarter note. And in order to do that, so can you set up 1, 2, and 3 on, on C and G. So get those ready over those notes already. So can you play these 3 notes at the same time, like a chord? With 1, 2, and 3?
Okay, so like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was it. Can you try that one more time? So 1, 2, and 3 on C, E, and G, and play them all at once first, so we can just get your fingers set up there. Good. Now, when you play the triplet, I don't want you to think of finger, 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 finger to the high C. I want you to think of getting your fingers over those notes and just going like that. So ba-da-da-da instead of bum, 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 because I think that's part of the what we're thinking here. We're thinking note, note, note. You need to think all 3 notes, da-da-da-da. Right, and you're leading up to your pinky. So can you try that for me? Just that one little part right there. Oh, yeah, one more time, and I'm losing your audio. Yeah, that sounded a lot better. So think of getting your, think of getting your fingers set over the keys and rolling through them up towards your pinky. Right, so we got bum, bum, bum. So can you try this whole, can you try this with both hands for me and try integrating that into the triplet there?
okay.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, so that was much better. And of course, we could work the beginning. That's a repeated note, so it's a little bit different, but that sounded a lot better, right? So remember, sometimes, and this goes for not just the triplet rhythms, but a lot of 8th note rhythms and things like that. Always think about where you're sort of leading to. So we're leading to that high C. And if it's an arpeggio like that, if there's a lot of skips, set up your hand over the notes already, and then you can play by rolling if they're faster notes rather than thinking finger, 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 because that tends to slow us down too. All right. Yeah, great work there. That sounded so much better. And thanks for playing. Again, that's a tricky piece. All right. And our final performer is Patrick. Are you ready to go, Patrick?
Yep.
All right. And so what will you be playing today?
Cool walk and bass.
All right. Very good. Whenever you're ready, you can go for it. Okay. All right. Nice job, Patrick. Yeah, that was good. So you did a great job swinging the 8th notes and really focusing on all the left hand motion there. The syncopation, this little accent in the rhythm was great. Yeah, so this was sounding really good, really confident. So the one thing I think was happening, aside from having to adjust your screen and turn the page, is similar to what we had said before, right? In the section, I think it was, I can't remember, I think it was Mason, right? So be sure with your right hand, don't play your right hand and then let it kind of go off the keys and then have to re-find a new thing. So it's going to be much easier. Definitely keep your right hand kind of in the zone where it is, because you don't actually have to move it too much. So between all the way to measure 8, your thumb stays on the exact same note, and you're just kind of stretching your pinky up to D and back down. And then at the end, it's your pinky stays on C, and then your thumb is going to move down. All right. So you've always got kind of an anchor note there. So use that to your advantage, right? So don't try not to take your right hand away from the keys at all, because then you can kind of have it right where it needs to be and you don't have to find it every time. Especially in this piece, right? Because you're focusing on your left hand, right? You want to be able to think about your left hand mostly and not have to go back and worry what your right hand is doing. Does that sort of make sense?
Yep.
So I would, when I would practice this, you could just do the right hand alone. Almost, and I wouldn't at first, I wouldn't worry about holding it the right rhythm if you're just going to do it alone. Just get used to the motions to get between each chord. And then when you put it with the left hand, go really slowly and make sure you're making all of those. And I think that'll make it a lot more secure so you don't have to find it every time. Okay. All right. And so really great job, everyone, though. Like, very nice performances. I will see you all later. Thank you. I'm going to have one more round of applause for all our performers. You all did a great job tonight, and I hope to see you again soon. All right. Thanks, everybody. Great work. See ya.
Bye.